Hello and welcome back to another full-length yoga class. This class starts a new series of flow then slow classes. In the last series we were focusing on the slow element of yoga, practicing yin yoga. But now that we're coming into springtime, we might have a little bit more energy. So we're going to start the first half of the class with a flow or a vinyasa practice. Then the last half of the class will be slowed down, coming back to yin yoga. So you can end your practice with some really nice deep stretches. This class is going to focus on twists and hips. So twisting is really good for not only your spinal health, but also your digestive system. Twisting targets all those internal organs, helping to keep them healthy. And of course, opening up the hips is always beneficial, especially if you're someone who sits a lot throughout the day, or if you are feeling a little bit stressed, it is nice to open up the hips. As always, you will need some yoga blocks, maybe a blanket will be nice for the final relaxation at the end of class. So go ahead and get ready, and then I will meet you back here sitting on the mat. Begin by finding your most comfortable way to sit, maybe closing your eyes or relaxing your gaze. Take a breath in and allow your awareness to go into your body with that breath. Feeling the expansion of your body as you inhale and then the deflation as you exhale. Taking a moment to relax your shoulders, loosen your jaw, soften your facial muscles. And as you continue to bring more awareness into your body as you breathe, and continue to bring more and more awareness into your body as you breathe here for a few rounds. Really honor and congratulate yourself for showing up for this practice. The hardest part is over now that you're here. Let's take one more big breath in together. And as you exhale, you can start to open up the eyes again. We'll begin our practice with a breathing exercise, one that we have done here in these membership videos before. It's called Kapalbhati. It's also known as breath of fire or shining skull breath. So it's a really nice energizing breath. This one is really nice to do maybe in the morning times or any time that you start to feel a little bit lethargic and sluggish throughout the day. This breath is really beneficial for your sinuses or anything related to your head. So it's also said that people who practice this breath regularly have really nice skin and they just glow. So that's why I try to practice it as much as I can. We're going to do 3 rounds of this breath. What you're doing is taking really sharp exhalations from your nostrils. You'll do that by pulling in your belly really tightly. So it's as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach and you bring in your stomach as a result. I'll show you how it looks before we begin. So you're taking a big breath in, a long breath out, then just a half breath in, so you're only filling up your belly halfway, and then we start 30 sharp exhales. So notice I'm not moving my shoulders or my chest. Everything comes from the belly, just sucking it in and then bringing it back out. It'll cause the breath to come out through the nostrils. Now, one thing before we move into it, make sure you're not inhaling. Just don't think about your inhale. It will happen naturally. If you start to inhale, then you're going to be bringing in too much oxygen. You might start to feel a little bit dizzy. Once we're finished our sharp exhales, then we're going to hold the breath for about 20 seconds or however long feels comfortable for you. And as we progress through the rounds, we'll try to increase that hold. So I will guide you through it and we'll start together. So let's close the eyes again, or you can keep them open if you want a little bit more guidance. Take a long breath in, filling up your entire body. And then a really long breath out, emptying your body. Take a half breath in, just filling up your belly halfway. Now we'll do 30 sharp exhales from the nostrils. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Long breath in. Long breath out, emptying your body. Half breath in and hold for 20 seconds. Relax your shoulders, loosen up your jaw. Feel the expansion of the gases in your lungs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Half breath in. And 30 sharp exhales. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Half breath in. Hold your breath for 25 seconds if you can. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Half breath in. Last round, 30 exhales. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Half breath in. Hold for 25 seconds. Feeling all of that new energy within your face, within your head, rejuvenating everything, bringing this fresh life into your body and mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now sit quietly for a moment, resting upon your regular breathing pattern. Noticing what's different within your body, within your mind. Take another big breath in. With your exhale, gently start to open up the eyes again. Now let's start a little flow, moving nice and gently. We'll start slow and then we'll pick up the pace a little bit, but as always, just do whatever you are comfortable with, whatever feels good for you. We'll start with tabletop pose, so you can come on to all fours. Spreading your fingers nice and wide apart, having your shoulders directly above your wrists and your knees directly below your hips. Now push yourself away from your mat. Remember, you are a solid oak table here. You're not a little IKEA table. Engage your core by pulling your belly button slightly towards your spine. We'll move through some cat and cow. With an inhale, point your tailbone up, drop your belly towards the mat. Bring your chest forward, look up. Exhale, point your tailbone down, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest and drop your head. Inhale to come back up into cow pose. Exhale, round down to cat. Keep going, following the pace of your own breath, making sure you're saying hello to every vertebrae as you move through. Return to a neutral spine whenever you're ready. Shift your hips over towards the right and look back over your right shoulder. Take a big breath in, really filling up your left lung. And then exhale, shift the hips to the left. Look back over your left shoulder. Big breath into your right lung. Let's repeat that movement a few more times, loosening up any tension from your back and your spine. You might also be able to stretch out your neck here. Now come back to your neutral tabletop. With an inhale, reach your right hand up towards the ceiling and look up at your right thumb. With an exhale, thread that arm in underneath the left so you can bring your right ear and shoulder onto your mat. Your left hand can stay as it is, or to go a bit deeper, you can walk your left hand towards the top of your mat. Take a few breaths here and just notice how your breath can amplify the stretch within your right shoulder. Start to make your way back to center. When you're back in tabletop, reach that left hand up. Look up at your left thumb. Exhale, thread under, left ear and shoulder to the mat. Right hand might come forward. Start to make your way back to center, setting up in our strong tabletop. From here we'll come into a tabletop plank, so make sure your fingers are spread wide apart to support your wrists and gently grip the mat with your fingertips. So it's almost like you're making little suction cups out of your hands. From here, let both of your knees levitate just above the mat, starting to build a little bit of fire within our core. Keep breathing. We'll just hold for about 3 breaths. Slowly drop both knees back to the mat. Step your hands forward. Curl your toes onto the back of your mat. Lift your knees again and drag your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Now you can take lots of time here. First downward dog of the practice. So you might be uncovering some tightness within your legs or your back. And just take your time to work through that tightness. Stay with your breath, with your body. When you're ready, walk your feet towards your hands. So eventually you'll land in a standing forward fold, feet about hip width distance apart and parallel to each other. Knees can stay bent, hands can hang low towards the mat. And now drop your head, relax your shoulders, loosen up your neck muscles. And again here, as you breathe, just notice where your breath goes in your body, and then notice the effect of your breath in that part of the body. With your hands on the mat, walk both of your hands over towards your right side. Taking another big breath in to fill up the left side of the body. And with your exhale, walk both hands to the left and fill up the right side of your body. Hands can come back to center. Tuck your chin to your chest and slowly start to roll your spine back up. When you're there, roll your shoulders back and down. Let your palms face forward. Stand a little bit taller if you can. Press your feet into your mat as you extend the crown of your head towards your mat. With your next inhale, reach your hands up and back, bringing your palms together. And then pressing your hips slightly out in front. Squeeze your bum muscles here to support. Exhale, drop your hands back down either side of your feet. Step your right foot back behind you and drop your back knee to your mat. Step back into high plank. Exhale, drop your knees. Point your tailbone up towards the ceiling, just like we did for cow pose. Now just your chest comes in between your hands and your chin can come to the floor or mat. Inhale to push away from your toes, sliding onto your belly, widening out your feet and scooping up into extended cobra. Keep your elbows bent here and just open up the front of your body. Exhale, curl your toes onto your mat. Drag your hips up and back for downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward in between your hands, dropping your back knee down. Look forward and open up your hips. Exhale, left foot to the front. Inhale, reach your hands up and back, hips in front. Exhale, bring your palms back together at your chest for mountain pose. Let's repeat that on the left side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, dropping down. Inhale, left foot back. Sink your knee to the mat. Step into a high plank. Exhale, drop your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, scoop up for extended cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, drop your back knee, look out ahead. Exhale, right foot to the front. Inhale, reach your hands up and back. Exhale, palms together at the chest. Pausing here for a moment. Find that relationship between your feet and the mat, and then extend the crown of your head up. Now let's add on a little bit to that sequence. We'll begin in chair pose, so you can have your big toes a little bit closer to each other than your heels are, so your feet are in a triangle shape. Now sit back as if you're sitting into a chair. Point your tailbone down towards the mat. Palms can stay together at the chest for now, or if you want to go a bit further, you can reach those fingertips up towards the sky at a 45-degree angle. First, peek down and make sure you can see your toes from beneath your knees. And if you can't, just adjust your knees. Making your body and mind stronger with this pose. Palms can come back together at your chest if they're not already there. Bring your left elbow over towards your right knee, hooking it to it. And now start to rotate through your torso as if you're trying to align the center of your chest with your thumbs. Look up towards the ceiling if you can. Keep a nice straight line between your forearms, so don't let that top elbow collapse. And keep gently pressing your palms against each other. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring the palms back down either side of your feet. Step your right foot back behind you. Drop the knee for a low lunge. Inhale to reach both of your hands up, maybe taking a slight back bend. Exhale to come into cactus arms, so your arms are at 90-90. You can stay here, or you can exhale to interlock your fingers behind your back, and then inhale to press your hands towards your back heel, opening up your chest and looking up. With an exhale, bring both of your hands back down either side of that front foot and step back into downward facing dog. Paddle it out. Now your left heel will sink towards the mat as your right heel floats up towards the ceiling for three-legged dog. Keep pressing yourself away from your hands, sinking your head towards the mat. You can take a bend into that top knee so your foot comes over towards the left, and then stack your left hip under your right as if you're trying to touch something that's over to the left. Again, press away from your hands if it feels good. feeling that opening all through the right hip. Now look at the space between your hands. Take a big breath in and step that right foot in between your hands. However you get there is fine. Drop your left knee to the mat again. Left hand can come to the mat. Right hand reaches up, following that right thumb up with your eyes. Take a big breath in. Exhale, right hand comes back down. Step your left foot to the front, back into a standing forward fold. Recalibrate here for a moment. See how your body is feeling. Send your breath into whoever is asking for it the loudest. Now we're going to come back into chair pose from here. So bring your big toes a little bit closer towards each other. Bend your knees, point your tailbone down towards the earth. Reach your hands up or bring them together at your chest. Remember to check in and make sure you can see your toes. Keep your tailbone pointed down. Keep your body really strong. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper than you did last time. Take a big breath wherever you are. Now bring your palms back together at your chest. Bring your right elbow to your left knee. Rotate through your chest, aligning your thumbs with the center of your chest. Top elbow has lots of integrity, and your palms are gently pressing against each other. Exhale, drop both hands back down either side of your feet. Step your left foot back for a low lunge. Press into your front heel as if you're trying to push it down and away from you. Use that energy to lift yourself up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms. Stay here or interlock your fingers and inhale to open up your chest. Exhale, release. Step back to downward dog. Paddle it out. Find your breath. Now your right heel sinks towards the mat as your left heel floats up to the sky. Bend your top knee and stack your hips, keeping your left hip on top this time. Try to touch something that's over to the right side of you. Press away from your hands, drop your head, and just open up here. Look at the space between your hands. Take a breath in and step your left foot there. Sink your back knee down. Keep your right hand on your mat and inhale to reach your left arm up to the sky. Exhale. Bring that left hand back down and step forward into a standing forward fold. Now let's rinse that all out with a vinyasa. So you can inhale, sweep your hands up and back, hips in front. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, step both feet back into a high plank. Exhale to lower yourself completely down onto the front of your body. Spread your feet. Inhale up into extended cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use this time now to get rid of any tension that flow might have created. Now drop both knees back down onto your mat and come to sit here for a moment, maybe sitting on your heels, letting your palms rest on your thighs with your palms facing up. Close your eyes and just feel whatever you feel in this moment. We began our flow sequence with an energizing breath, Kapalbhati. So we'll begin our slow sequence with a cooling, calming breath called Nadi Shodana, one which we have practiced in the Yin series, but of course I will remind you how to do that so you can open your eyes if they're not already open. If you need to shift into a more comfortable seat, you can do that. We'll only be here for a minute or two. So on your left hand, bring your thumb and index finger to make a little circle, and then just rest your left hand down. Now, your right hand is going to use its right thumb to come up and close off the right nostril, and then your middle and index finger are going to rest in between your eyebrows. And you can gently press them up towards your brain. Then your ring and little finger on the right hand is going to be used to close off and control your left nostril. So begin by placing that middle and index finger up in between your eyebrows. Bring your right thumb to your right nostril and close it off. Inhale through your left nostril for 1, 2, 3, 4. Close off your left nostril with your ring and little finger. Release your thumb. Breathe out through your right nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Close it off. Release your left nostril. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Close it off. Exhale right, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Keep going a few more rounds. Inhaling and exhaling for the count of 4. Once you've completely exhaled from your left nostril, you can remove your right hand, bringing it back down to rest, observing the feelings that you feel. When you're ready, you can open your eyes again, bringing yourself back. From here, we'll make our way into pigeon pose. So you can bring both of your hands onto the mat in front of you, and then bring your right shin onto the mat in front of you as well. Your back knee will determine how deep you go here, so you might slide it back slightly. Now in pigeon pose, we don't want to collapse over onto our right hip like this. So you can imagine you have magnets in between your feet and they're pulling towards each other. That's going to help you to keep your hips lifted. You can also place a blanket rolled up or a yoga block in underneath your left hip here to prevent it from collapsing. Now take some time to settle in. We're going to hold pigeon pose for 2 minutes. Don't worry about trying to get your shin parallel to the top of your mat. That's not necessary at all. And for most people, we can't do that. You can stay here, or you can go a little bit deeper by coming down onto your forearms. Find your breath. Listen to those areas that are asking for your breath and keep sending it in. Just try your best to commit to stillness unless you're experiencing pain, and silence in your body and your mind for the next 2 minutes. Before we move on, see if you can relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your face. Let gravity take over completely for the last 3 breaths. You can start to bring yourself back onto your fingertips if you're not there already. And from here we'll transition into shoelace pose. So you can actually sit over on your right hip, and then you're going to either bring your left leg all the way across, so your left foot is beside your right hip. This is coming into a full shoelace, which is quite a deep hip opener. So if that doesn't suit you for now, first of all, straighten out your right leg and then bring your left foot across. So we're in a half shoelace. You can always sit on a yoga block or your blanket here. Take time to wiggle around, feel both of your seat bones pressed into whatever you're sitting on. And then we're just going to sit here, feeling that opening within your hips, knowing that your body is releasing tension and stress. You can replace that tension with rejuvenating energy, healing energy, by breathing deeply into whatever you're feeling, and let your breath fill up those new spaces and those new gaps. option here to go a little bit deeper for the last minute by walking your hands away from you, folding forward and dropping your nose towards your top knee. And this will also bring a little stretch into your lower back. And even though we are committing to stillness and silence, keep scanning through your body, making sure you're not clenching anything, loosening everything up as you go. And then scan through your mind, make sure you're not engaged in any thoughts. And as thoughts arise, just tell them you'll think about them later. For now, you're focusing on your body and your breath. If you are in your fold, you can start to transition back up into a straight back. And then from here, we'll take ourselves into a twist by bringing the right arm to the outside of this top knee. Left hand comes in behind you and bring the heel of your hand as close to your tailbone as you can get it. So your left arm will act like a pillar to keep your spine straight. Inhale to lengthen your spine, reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, start to rotate towards the left, first rotating from your waist, then your rib cage, then your neck, then maybe your eyes will look behind you. And last to twist would be the crown of your head, if that feels good. Take your time here. We'll be here for 2 minutes, so you don't have to go into the full twist straight away. You can wait for your body to give you those signals that it's ready and that it wants to go deeper, and then you can start to progress into your twist. As I mentioned in the introduction of this video, twisting like this is really beneficial for your internal organs, helping to bring new energy into them. So you might direct your breath here for a little while, sending in that calming, healing breath. While you are focused on those internal organs, you might thank them for everything they do, always working hard. I really find that fascinating, that our organs are always working for us. When you're ready, you can start to reverse, slowly coming back to center. You might lean back on your hands here and release your legs. Shake them out here. Do whatever you need to do. We'll do 1 minute of windshield wipers, so you can take a bend into your knees and have your feet about hip or mat width distance apart. Exhale to drop both knees to one side. Inhale to pick them up and exhale to drop to the other side. And some parts of your hips might be benefiting from this more. They might ask you to just pause when you're at that part. So you can feel free to do that and just press out that tension or whatever it is they're holding. When you're ready, you can make your way into pigeon pose on the left side. So a quick recap, your back knee will determine the intensity of the pose. You want to avoid sitting over on your left hip for now, so place a yoga block or cushion in underneath. Pull your feet towards each other so you get that natural lift within your hips. Find whatever is sustainable for you here. And then once you've found it, just rest in that place, holding here for 2 minutes. Take 3 more full, calming, healing breaths into your body in this pose. When you're ready, you can start to transition into shoelace, whatever works best for you. Bringing that right foot over to the outside of your left hip. Left knee can be bent or the leg can be straight. Wiggle around, find your seat bones. Lengthen through your spine, sitting nice and tall if you can. Settle here. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Hopefully some of the noise within your mind is starting to quieten. And you might be feeling a little bit more in touch with your body, in touch with your breath. And these are the moments in yoga that I find so beneficial, just to realize that you are more than your mind, you're more than your thoughts, you're more than your body. There's something else in there. There's that feeling of something. And that's what I love about yoga, what I love to connect to. Just knowing that there's something else in there. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something. So hopefully you can feel that too. Strengthen your relationship with it as you sit here, as you breathe, and as you just be. Option here to fold forward if you want to take it. If not, stay where you are. If you're folding, come back to your straight spine. Bring your right hand in behind you. Use it like that column to prop up your spine, and your left hand comes across to the right now. Inhale to grow taller. Exhale to twist waist, rib cage, neck, eyes, crown of head. 2 minutes here, so work your way slowly into a twist if your body wants it. Keep sending your breath to your belly, even though it's a little bit harder when your body is twisted like this. Take one more breath in here to lengthen your spine. And this time as you exhale, you can make your way slowly back to center, undoing everything. Shaking out your legs. Sometimes here it's nice to just gently box your legs, those quad muscles. And get the sides as well. You might move down to your calves, get both sides of them. And then we'll do a few windshield wipers, getting rid of anything we might have created with those last few poses. Now we'll end our practice with a supine twist. So you can make your way down to lie on your back. When you're there, you can come into a brief Savasana pose, the first one of our class. And just let your body realign itself against the hardness of the floor. Now you can bring the sole of your right foot up onto your left thigh. Hold that top knee with your left hand and reach your right arm up. Stack your hips on top of each other so your right hip is over your left, bringing your knee over towards the left side. release your right arm back down to the right, keeping it at a 90-degree angle to your body. You can look up, or for more of a twist, you can look over at your right hand. Inhale to fill your belly with breath, and exhale to maybe twist a little bit deeper. Before we release the pose, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, make your face soft. Take 3 more breaths like this. When you're ready, come back to center. Send that right foot back to the bottom of the mat. Notice the difference within the 2 sides of your body as you rest here. Now you're bringing your left foot onto your right thigh. Hold the knee with your right hand. Reach your left hand up. Stack your hips, right hip underneath the left. Bring your knee over to the right and release your left arm back to the left. Looking up or looking to your left hand. Being gentle here, it will take some time for this side of the body to process the pose and to respond to it. And you have lots of time just to let gravity and your breath slowly take you into a deeper twist. Last 3 breaths. Everything is soft. Gravity is taking over. Now you can come back to center, resting into a brief Savasana pose. Again, let your spine realign itself. It knows what to do here. Your body always knows what to do. Sometimes we just have to give it time and space to do its thing. Now you might have some cravings in this moment to release your hips and your back. So you might do some windshield wipers again, or you can hug your knees towards your chest. You could also bring your hands onto your knees and just make circles, or just do whatever it is that you need right now. When you're ready, you can set yourself up for our final relaxation. So you might be good to go. Just rest on your back. You might want to put your blanket on. Get a little bit more cozy. And then we'll come on down, finding that perfect Shavasana pose for this moment, either having your feet spread wide apart or having the soles of your feet on the mat so your knees can rest against each other. Let your hands explore until they find the perfect place to rest. Palms are facing up so your collarbones can drop to the earth. Take a breath in and use the breath out to let all the muscles of your body fall to the earth. Take another breath in. Use your breath out to let your bones fall. Breathe in and breathe out to let all the waters of your body fall. Now you can let the awareness of your breath go. Just let your body breathe as it naturally does. Bring that awareness down to your feet. Notice if the soles of your feet are tight, if you're clenching. And if you are, just take a moment to relax them now. Relaxing your toes, letting everything get heavy. Bring your awareness up through your calves into your knees. See if you can open up your kneecap a little bit, letting that tension go. Now your knees are starting to feel heavy. Now bring that awareness up through the tops of your legs, front and back, relaxing the muscle as it goes. And let your awareness drop onto your hips, feeling every muscle within your hips, big and small, unclenching now, dropping your pelvis closer to the earth. Now your hips are heavy. Bring the awareness up through your abdomen, relaxing as it goes. It's also traveling up through your back, relaxing your spine, your stomach, your chest. Now it rests in your shoulders. Feel the muscle of your shoulders now lengthening as it lets go. It releases your shoulders into the mat. Your shoulders now are heavy. Let the awareness travel through your arms, relaxing every muscle as it goes. Opening up your elbow joint slightly so it feels heavier. The awareness sits in your hands now, relaxing the palm of your hand, relaxing your fingers. Your hands are starting to feel heavy. They're sinking into the floor. Now that awareness comes up through your neck, relaxing your throat, opening your windpipe a little bit more, loosening your jaw, relaxing your facial muscles, relaxing your scalp. Now your head is heavy and it's sinking into the mat. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. We'll take the next few minutes to allow your body to fall into a deeper relaxation, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. You're welcome to stay here for longer, but if you are ready to come back, make some small movements, whatever you're craving. In your own time, you can come to rest on the right side of your body. Lying on your right side and breathing has a very calming effect on the body. So let's take a few breaths here, thanking yourself for showing up for this practice. Thanking your body for being able to do it with you. And trying to keep your awareness internally still. Pick yourself up into a seat. Finding your most comfortable way to sit. We'll end our practice by taking a few calming, still, quiet breaths together. Whenever you're ready, you can end your practice by bringing yourself back. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know. If you have any other feedback or questions, I would be happy to help you or hear your feedback. So I will see you next week. We'll be doing another slow class. Until then, have a great week, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next class.